Ease No Media, where we discuss media related topics at ease. So today in this video, we will be talking about the my flashcards. I will be discussing about flashcards. Here in this flashcards, I have written the important dates of laws, the important laws, the BNS which has been added new Bharat Nyaya Sanchar, and the committees, and then we have the landmark cases. All right, so let's begin. First of all, what we will be talking about, we will be talking about the main laws, the main chronology of media. From this particular slide, from this particular flashcard, we can expect at least one question in NTA UGC NET as well as in set examination. So chronology of media, if we trace back to 1799, on 13th May, the first regulation started by Lord Wesley, abolished by Warren Hastings. So to mug it up, 1799, this particular section, from this particular section, we can expect at least one question. All right, 1 to 2 questions. So first of all, we will be understanding the law in brief, then we will be trying to mug up the concept, or else we will be trying to mug up the dates, because suppose there are yesterday we have discussed the pattern of questions, how they are being asking, that suppose they are giving PRBA, they are giving the Vernacular Press Act, they are giving the Gaggings Act, and now you have to arrange it chronologically. You might be asked to arrange in systematic order, in ascending or descending order. So if we trace back about the press law, chronology of media law in India, we can state it back in 1799, 13th May, first press regulation started by Lord Wesley, abolished by Warren Hastings. Mandatory for the newspaper to print the names and address of printer. That means in 1799, 13th May, the first press regulation act was started by Lord Wesley. It said that abolished of Warren Hastings, mandatory for the newspaper to print names and address of printers, editors and publishers. In the next it came the 1823, the Licensing Regulation Act of John Adams of 1823 Press Act. In 1835, we have Liberalization of Book Act. In 1835, it is also known as Metcalfe Act. In the year 1857, we have Gagging Act. That means it was given by Lord Ripon, and it was Licensing Act. It was abolished in 1858. So mandatory licensing for running and owing printing press. It was in 1857 for mandatory licensing and running and owing printing press. Then we have Licensing Act, abolished in 1858, Phase 1 and Phase 2, Vernacular Press Act in 1878. This particular act has been traced in 2 times. In 1857, we have Gagging Act, and in the second phase, we have 1878. So then comes the 1860, the IPC, Indian Penal Code, the official criminal code. IPC means official, it's the official criminal code, the criminal law related code. That is Indian Penal Code. Then it came in 1867, the PRBA, known as the Press and Regulation Book Act. The names of newspaper, the editor's name, from where it arrives. 2 copies must be given to the state government in free of cost. That is the PRBA. So PRBA, Press Registration of Book Act, if we trace back in 1867, it is omnipresent there. The next act which we can see is 1868, Hicklin-Test, that is Obscenity Act. Indian Contract Act 1872, Indian Evidence Act 1872. So there are 2 sections of this Indian Evidence Act. In section 123, we can see no one shall be permitted to give any evidence derived from unpublished official record. So this became an act back in 1872 without the permission of the officer. And in 124, section 124, we can see no public officer disclose communication. And the famous act of 1878 came, Vernacular Press Act by Lord Ripon. It was started by Lord Lytton and it was abolished by Lord Ripon. So back in 1878, we have to trace the Vernacular Press Act. Then in 1878, we have Sea Custom Act. Any options book can be, okay, any options book cannot be taken from the sea customs, customs and regulations, that is Custom Act. Pamphlet, paper, printing, nothing was allowed at that point of time. Then in 1898 we had Indian Post Office Act. After Indian Post Office Act we have in 1910 we have Indian Press Act. Owners of the press had the security deposit. The owners of the press have to pay a security deposit. Then in 1923 we had OSA, Official Secrets Act, and it has three subsections: section 3 of spying, section 4 of communication with foreign agent, section 5, and I have mentioned the different cases, the Madhuri Gupta case, which we will be discussing. We will be discussing about the landmark judgment cases, Ramesh Thapar, then we have Brij Bhushan, then we have Brinda versus State of Punjab, we have K.A. Abbas and Union of India and whatnot. So this we will be discussing. For now, what we are talking about the Indian Press Act. Then in Indian Press Act we have OSA. OSA has been divided into several parts: the spying, the communication with foreign agents. Then the section 5 talks about the secret official code. Password or information must not be given. That is official, as the name suggests, right? Official Secret Act. In 1951 this act is coming after independence. So right now the act we have, which I have talked about, starting from 1799 to 1923, this is related to pre-independence era. From now onwards, what I am going to discuss is the act related to post-independence era, right? So in 1951 it came the Press Objectionable Matter Act. That means it's a act that occurs that restricts the press objectionable matter. Then we have Cinematography Act, K.A. Abbas case. This act came from K.A. Abbas case, the landmark case. In the Cinematography Act can be further divided into four important sections, 3, 4 and 5. Three important sections. The Board of Film Certification. Under Cinematography Act we have the Board of Film Certification, where the ratings are made: the adult film, the UA film, the special category film. So film shall not be certified for public exhibition. So this is the thing, this is the main thing from where the Cinematography Act came. Then we have delivery of book and newspaper. NP means newspaper. In 1954 we have delivery of book and newspaper. Public Library Act. Every book must be kept a public copy in the central library. Alright, otherwise that publication would be incomplete. Then in 1954 what we have, in 1954 we have Drugs and Magic Remedies Act. It's an unlawful preventive act. It's control wrong practice in the advertisement of drugs, prohibition advertisement of certain drugs. In 1955 we have Working Journalist Act. So section 9 fixes the salaries and wages board. So things, we are just studying things from one perspective, but in 1955 development is also going on. Our constitution is also developing. So there is a cause and effect of the society. It came in the year 1955, though it is omnipresent, though it is clear that it came in the year 1955, but it has got some impact. It has got some causes for implementing this act, right? Trade Union Under Industry Dispute Act that was established. So coming on to the next part, that is 1956, that is RNI, registration of newspaper. RNI published in 1956. 1956 also states the Young Person Harmful Publication Act. The crime and violation, the sentiment must not be harmed. This is for the child. Alright. Then in 1957 we have the landmark case Copyright Act. With Copyright Act there came the Patent Act, there came the Right to Information Act and all. So after that we have Wage Board. That means Journalist Wage Board Act in 1958. After completing the Journalist Wage Board, what we have? We have Defence of India Act, the Custom Act. In 1965 we have Press Council of India Act, and it was revised in the year 1978. In 1975 expired due to emergency. This act was expired due to emergency in 1975. Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. Maintained objective was to make power available for dealing with activities directed against the integrity and sovereignty of India. In 1968, we have Civil Defence Act. So it talks about the civil defense. It defends the act came for the public right. The Monopolies and Restrictive Trade Act in 1969. In 1971, we have Contempt of Court. That means the reasonable restriction under Article 19(2). This is very important. Under Article 19(2). In 1952, first it came in 1952, then it came in 1971. The Article 92 concept, that we 19.2, that we will be talking in the later on classes. But in 1972 we can see the Newspaper Price Control Act. Then in 1973 CRPC, Criminal Procedure Code. Then the investigation of crime. Then CRPE, IPC helps it. Then IPC offenses, matlab Indian Penal Code, it's a part. All right. So in 1973 we have Miller Test. In 1976 we have Prevention of Publication of Objectionable Matter Act. In 1977 we have Parliamentary Proceeding Act, Article 105 MP article, Article 194 MLA article, Article 361 Protection of Publication. In 1978 Press Council of India Act. In 1986 we have IRWA, Indecent Representation of Women Act. In 1990 we have Prasar Bharati Act. And in the year 1995, what we have? We have Cable Television Regulation Act, Network Regulation Act. It came the transmission part, how the cable must operate. Before it, there was no act. Right now, we are not suffering. In OTT platforms, people can do anything. In AI, people can do anything, right? Because there is no government regulations. Though there is malfunctioning, though there is AI hallucination containing deepfake contents, containing misleading informations through AI, but there is no regulation, right? So after the invention of television, it took many years. In 1995, the Cable Television Network Act emerged. Then in 1997 came the Television Regulatory Authority of India Act, TRAI. Then Prasar Bharati Broadcasting Corporation of India. Then in 2000 it came BRAI, Broadcasting Regulation Authority of India. In 2000 we also have Information Technology Act, IT Act. Then have Cable Television Network Regulation Act. Then the RTI, the 1766, Sweden 1966. RTI came in India in 2005. But if we trace the year of RTI, this is very much important, right to information. In India it came in 2005. But in Sweden 1766, in US 1966, in Norway 1970, in France and Netherlands 1978, in Australia, Netherlands, Canada 1982, in Denmark 1985, in Greece 1986, in Australia 1987, 1990 Italy, 2002 Pakistan, 2005 India, 2014 Bhutan. So this was it with the dates. Tomorrow we will be talking about something different related to law only. This is a revision class, as we have mentioned. So thank you for connecting at Ease No Media, where we discuss media related topics at ease.